The state denied his application for a medical license, due in part to his termination from Creighton. Less than 3 weeks later, Tom Hunter and Shirley Sherman were brutally murdered. Resident at the University of Illinois Hospital, he somehow managed to get a medical license to practice in the state of Illinois.
But for the state of Illinois, this guy does not have a medical license anywhere.
For the next few years, Anthony Garcia bounced around the country working where he could. Clinics in Louisiana, even a prison hospital.
Anthony Garcia had a Honda CR-V registered to him at a Shreveport, Louisiana address.
The last two videos are totally unrelated.
Chris and Victor told their fellow jurors that they shared the defense's concerns about the investigation, starting with that lost confession.
Inside, I was like, are you kidding me? I mean, I know this isn't a major city, but it's audio equipment.
She's still in custody. Why are you not going to bring her back in to at least speak with her again?
But Mary Catherine had already obtained a lawyer. And they questioned why the police moved the gun that was used to shoot Stephen.
It's ludicrous to argue that it's easier to move the gun than it was to move her.
The police
What also troubled them? Prosecutors had cracked open Mary Catherine's cell phone for text, social media, and search histories.
I like this
But
juror.
they decided not to spend another $1,800 to unlock Stephen's phone.
It was too expensive to pay another $2,000 to crack his phone open and let's see what kind of person he was to try to, dispute the rape and abuse allegations or back him up. They didn't do that.
But you could already get those messages on Mary Catherine's phone.
No, we get the message between them two. We don't get what he was talking about with his homeboys or what he was looking up.
That's how you're supposed to
Chris
be.
and Victor say they were left with serious doubts about all of
It's about the evidence. It's not about what you think you know or you know.
The way the cops handled the investigation. Well, if you don't have any evidence, you don't have a case. I didn't have any proof that she had done much anything except for lying.
And those lies didn't seem to bother either juror.
If I was being arrested for potentially murder,
Me too. I think of anything.
I probably would be scared enough that I would just come up with whatever story I could.
But that almost seems like you're making an excuse for her.
No, it's not.
The excuse. I'm just empathizing with the situation.
Me too. I would too.
In relationships, there are mountains and mountains and mountains of lies.
Yes.
By the next afternoon, it was clear their arguments had made an impact. And so the jury had a verdict.
We, the jury, find as follows. Count 1, malice murder. We find the defendant not guilty. Count 2, felony murder. We find the defendant not guilty.
Not guilty of murder.
But she did it.
As well as the lesser charges of assault.
The jury did what they were supposed to do.
The commission of a felony.
And I'm just sitting there and I'm thinking, I have failed this family.
Y'all did. The police too. Y'all didn't do a job. The
Say
evidence.
that you don't trust the police because of the interview. Say you don't trust the forensic evidence. You still have the 911 tapes where she says, I shot my boyfriend.
That can mean anything. She did shoot him.
Mary Catherine Higdon was a free woman.
Oh, I cannot believe this is happening right now.
As she watched the woman who killed her son walk free, Jennifer Freeman could barely contain her anger toward the jury.
Stephen definitely got the short end of the stick because I don't believe that they even listened.
Mom, they listened. You blaming the wrong people.
Victor insists he was just following the law.
I think she killed him. And that's wrong.
But you voted not guilty.
He's supposed to.
Because of the evidence.
Am I understanding you correctly to say that because the police screwed up, she's not guilty?
I didn't say she's not guilty. She's not in prison.
Right. It's a
The
difference.
jury found you not guilty on all the charges.
And she's guilty.
Do you feel any guilt?
Because I love Stephen.
It's not all about you.
And I never meant that.
And I never meant that. You killed him.
After Michael Pooley was convicted and sentenced to life at the age of 18, He was sent to the state penitentiary, once called the bloodiest 47 acres in America.
Being so young, I was a target. Got a fight my first day there. Dudes were trying to rape me.
Michael says he became desperate for some sense of safety.
Joined the gang.
That's where you got the tattoos?
Yeah. It was something that I felt like I needed to do to survive. It's not the way that I feel. It's not the way that mom raised me. I just didn't fit in.
Michael says he longed to prove his innocence and get out of prison. He needed to hire a lawyer. So he says he asked his dad for help. Did he?
Nope.
So how did you keep up any hope at all?
I didn't. For a few years, I was a heroin addict. Anytime I left my cell, I was looking for drugs. I was just self-medicating.